What's up, everybody? This is Investing Sensei here to bring you episode 169 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold. Man, we sold so much this week. We sold actually over $50,000 in the portfolio. I do have a strategy that I'm thinking should work out hopefully in the long term. So stick around. I will be going over why I did sell over $50,000 of my portfolio. I'll be going over what dividends we got as well. How much did we make in selling options this week? We've been collecting some pretty juicy premiums this past 2 weeks, just starting in January, so we're doing pretty well so far. But in general, I'll be going over how much we've been growing the dividend snowball, which is the main thing for us, guys. But if I show you guys here real quick, remember we come back every single week. Our main focus here is to try to get the projected dividend average per month to about $325. That's our goal for 2023, and I think we will achieve it in the short term. This will change, especially because of the fact that I did sell $50,000 of the portfolio, but I do have some plans to bring this back up and boost it up much quicker. So stick around till the end of the video. We'll see how much we actually decrease this week, but in general, you'll see the quarterly dividends are continue to go up and up the staircase. It's pretty awesome seeing that we're working actually on Q1 of 2023. Definitely motivating. We're going to see this continue to grow in the long term. It should be going in an upwards trend, as you'll see for the annual dividends as well. We're actually going to get, or I guess we're halfway through January. We're going to finally get the first month of 2023. It'll be exciting. If we look at the options premium, you'll see that for the month of January, which is actually our second week in January, we've collected $1,909 in premiums just from selling options, guys. One of the things that is contributing to this is the fact that I did sell $50,000. I'll be going over the strategy that I plan to take here, but it should boost up our options income game, and we should achieve that other goal much easier for us in general. Here you'll see that we do have the goals, which are the 2023 goals. First one was to reach 20,000 subscribers. Definitely, if you're a new subscriber, or I guess not a subscriber, but you're a returning viewer or new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely would appreciate it as well. If you dropped a big thumb up on the video, would help the channel a lot. Definitely would appreciate it. Goal number 2 is to reach $325 per month on average each quarter. We're actually going to see that decrease this week, but in the coming weeks we should see, or I guess coming months, we should see this go back up. And then goal number 3 is reach $118,000 invested of my own money. As you'll see, we've invested $110,261 so far, so we have maybe about $7,800-ish or so left to go. The goal number 4 is to continue to dollar cost average $100 every single week at a minimum. We've been doing that. I'll show you in the history when we jump over to that as well. You'll see that add an additional $20 of my own money every time I get a dividend from a company and reinvest it back into itself, just to help it out some. And I ended up doing this week as well, so I'll show you that. And then in general, get about $400 per month on average from selling options. I think we're doing fairly well on that one, but the reason why I set 400 is because we're not guaranteed that we will collect premium every single week or every single month, especially if the market does go up, or I'm in the point where I have to continue to manage positions. I might not generate that much income. So in general, I wanted to average out at least $400 for this year. Next year I will bump it up more because I'm hoping to have more allocation into the portfolio on that. But yeah, guys, if we look here at the dividend payout, you'll see that we actually do have just JP Morgan is the last dividend that we are waiting for to wrap up the month of January. So that'll be definitely exciting. Then we'll jump, I guess we'll start into the month of February. And yeah, if we look here, guys, I'll go ahead and go over the portfolio. You'll see that the portfolio is at $188,124.66. It's actually been going in an upwards trend, which is up about $864.26, which is about 0.46% in the green. Past 2 years, 14.42%, which is about 0.01%. In the long term, guys, this is going to go in the upwards direction. We might see some volatility, some bear markets. Right now we are in a bear market, so we will see what happens. We're going to take these opportunities because they're one in a lifetime, and we're going to take advantage of them. Our future selves will thank us, and we're gonna wish we had even bought even more. So that is what I'm focusing on. If we look here, guys, the positions, which is, if I show you guys here, the main thing here is we are up about 45.28% in the green, which is about $41,651.99. And the main thing for us here, guys, is our total cash balance. You'll see that is at $54,483.26. I did sell about $50,000 of my portfolio. I did end up consolidating a lot of the positions, and yeah, we have quite a bit of buying power now. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing, or what I did with this buying power to generate even more income in general. You'll see that the current positions we still have open, or we still have, that I do plan to keep for the long term so far, are Altria, Apple, Costco, JP Morgan, Lockheed Martin, Microsoft, Nvidia, Starbucks, Target, Union Pacific, Visa, and Waste Management, guys. So I did sell a lot of positions, cleaned up my portfolio in general, and I do plan to hopefully get SCHD. Right now you'll see that this is an options play. This is I actually have 7 options on SCHD. I'm hoping to potentially buy SCHD to get the coverage from the diversification from all the positions I did sell out of. So I'm hoping to see that. Once we jump into the history, I will show you guys exactly what I'm doing. But it's a pretty awesome game changer for me. I think it'll be a great opportunity to actually have almost every single dollar working for me every single week, and it'll be great and very motivating to see that portfolio compound much faster. But you'll see that we do have a covered call from Apple. I guess 2 covered calls for Apple. They will expire next week. We have a JP Morgan covered call that will also expire next week. We have another Microsoft covered call that will expire next week, and then an Nvidia one that will expire next week as well. Next week we probably will just sell a covered call on Altria and probably manage these trades that we do have still so far. If we look at the performance here, guys, you'll see that we are down about $3,936.57 in the red. Since we transferred this portfolio, you'll see that October was our lowest portfolio value so far. Yeah, we've still been going upwards. If we look at the rate of return, we're down about 2.20% in the red, and we're actually still in the upwards trend for us so far. I'm hoping that these rate of returns will turn green, especially with options on our side. It will help us in the long term. If we look here at the investment income, you'll see that we are projected to make about $2,525.75 in income, and this is because I did sell out of those $50,000, which about averages at about $210.48 per month. February, we're projected to make about $106.52. March, about $251.92, and then April, $273 in dividends. We will see how everything plays out, guys. If we look at the history, this is where most of the information I want to go over for you guys. You'll see that we did start on the 9th of January of 2023 all the way till the 15th. And there's quite a little bit of information here, so I'm actually going to go to the last page so we can start. And if we scroll to the very bottom, there's some expiration covered calls that we had, but there's a lot of these positions here are sells, which I will go over in the Google Sheets, but I just want to quickly just show you guys here the positions. You guys can pause them if you're interested in looking at them further, but those were the sells. We started them on the 9th of January. Let me show you guys the next ones here. So we also sold out of all these other ones as well. Slowly going to scroll up. You'll see we did start selling a lot of these. It was roughly right around $50,000. You'll see the last one was AbbVie, and then we ended up on the 9th, guys. We ended up doing a sell to open. We sold a covered call on Microsoft for $240 strike price. That was a weekly that expired on the 13th of January. We collected roughly around $77, and you'll see we ended up selling out of Pepsi. And then guys, we did a sell to open on Altria for $47.50 strike price, which was also a weekly, and we made about $4. Then guys, here is the main one, which is what I wanted to cover. We ended up doing a sell to open on SCHD. So we sold a put on SCHD for strike price of $76 that expired on the 20th of January of 2023. We actually ended up collecting $137.36. We actually ended up doing 7 in total, but in Schwab it showed up as 2 different transactions, but 3 plus 4 is 7 contracts we did end up selling. You'll see that this one we collected $103. So in total we made roughly around $240 for selling these puts. So what does selling these puts? Let me pull up Investopedia. You'll see here how to sell put options to benefit in any markets. So selling, also called writing a put option, allows an investor to potentially own the underlying security at both a future date and a more favorable price. In other words, the sale of put options allows market players to gain bullish exposure with the added benefit of potentially owning the underlying security at both a future date and a price below the current market price. If we look at the key takeaways, selling, also called writing, a put option allows an investor to potentially own the underlying security at both a future date and a more favorable price. Selling puts generates immediate portfolio income to the seller, who keeps the premium if the sold put is not exercised by the counterparty and expires out of the money. An investor also sells put options in securities that they want to own anyways, will increase their chances of being profitable. Note that the writer of a put option will lose money on the trade if the price of the underlying drops prior to expiration if the option finished in the money. So what does all of this mean, guys, in just layman's terms, right? So what did I end up doing here? So we have about roughly $54,000 available as our cash, right? So what we end up doing is sell puts on SCHD because I do want to own them for the long term. And so what happens here is that you pick a strike price that you would love to own. In our case, it was SCHD. I wouldn't mind owning SCHD at at $76. And I wouldn't mind owning 700 shares of those. Remember that one contract is considered 100 shares. So 7 times 100 is 700 shares. So what happens here is that I need the total amount cash to buy 700 shares of SCHD, which if I show you guys here just the math, let me pull up the calculator. There we go. So $76, right? You would multiply this times 100. You need about $7,600 to buy 100 shares of SCHD. Then you multiply it times 7 because I did sell 7 contracts. And so in general, I would need $53,200 to, if I was to get exercised, they would give me 700 shares of SCHD at $76 strike price. I would still keep the premium, $240. So you could subtract that and that would be pretty awesome there. But in general, guys, what happens here is that by the 20th, if SCHD is above $76, I'm going to just keep the $240. And then the next week I will sell another, the next month I would sell another cash secured put until I get assigned, because I wouldn't mind getting assigned SCHD. If SCHD closes below $76 on that expiration date, then I will get assigned 700 shares of SCHD, and then I would still keep the $240. So it's a win-win for me. It's just a matter of time before I get assigned SCHD, because I would love to own it, and I'm gonna have that money continue to start working for me and compounding every single day, and it's gonna be awesome. But let me know your thoughts on this. I'm trying to use cash secured puts as a tool to grow this passive income much faster. On the 10th, we got the Altria dividend of $107.14, and then you'll see on the 11th the drip kicked in and it bought more shares, almost 2 shares, guys. Pretty awesome. $120 is what what we deposited for the week, $100 minimum, dollar cost average, and then an additional $20 because we did get a dividend from Altria, guys. So $20 we bought of Altria, and then we ended up buying a Target full share at $161.45. So pretty sweet there. As you'll see here, guys, we ended up rolling the SCHD on the 13th. We actually ended up buying to close the SCHD. We paid about $63. We actually had another one over here because remember we do have 7 contracts, so about $74, $75 we paid. And then we sold we sold to open a put on SCHD for $76. So same exact strike price, but we rolled it out till February 17th. We collected most of the premium on the one that expired on the 20th of January, but we collected $356 plus another one right here because remember we have 7, so 60, roughly around $400, maybe $410 minus 70, so we made about $340-ish, I think. So that is pretty awesome. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind getting assigned the SCHDs there because we do have the $54,000 in our cash balance ready to go. Here you'll see on the 13th we ended up rolling actually our call here that was 134 that expired on the 13th. We paid $23 and then we sold to open a 136 strike price, so we went up about $2 and then it will expire on the next week on the 20th. And we collected $90, so we made roughly around $70. We did the same thing for the other covered call on Apple, made about $70, so about $140 there. And then we got the dividend of Leggett & Platt, $14.71. This will be our last dividend from Leggett & Platt because we did sell out of all these positions. And then guys, we ended up rolling a JP Morgan covered call we had at 139 that expired on the 13th. We ended up rolling it till next week, same exact strike price, but just 1 week further out. And we made a little bit of premium here, so you can see the difference there. The next one we ended up doing was we ended up rolling a Nvidia covered call that was $157.50 strike price. We rolled it till the 20th of January, so that's next week, same exact strike price. And you can see how much we collected if you subtract the differences. And then the last one we did do here is we ended up rolling the Microsoft covered call we had at 240 that expired on the 13th. We paid about $3 and then we rolled it out about $2, well $242.50. So we went up in strike price about $2.50. We went out further out in a week, so on the 20th it will expire, and then they paid us $99, so we roughly made about $96 there. And then we ended up the week by getting a dividend from Realty Income of $17.24. Pretty awesome there, guys. Completely passive income there on the dividends. This is kind of our last payout for these companies because we did sell out of them. But I think it's the strong move to go forward. We're going to continue to get this to compound much faster, and that is our goal for 2023. Let's go ahead and click calculate dividends, see how much we made in passive income this week. $139.09, guys. Pretty sweet. That doesn't even include the passive income we got from actually selling options. If I show you guys here the portfolio, let's go ahead and see how much we actually decreased the income itself. But first thing I do want to quickly cover is I want to go over how much we actually sold out of. So the current positions, which I already showed you guys in the positions themselves, we still have the Apple, Costco, JP Morgan, Lockheed Martin, Starbucks, Target, Union Pacific, Visa, Waste Management, Altria, Microsoft, and Nvidia. These are all the positions we did end up selling out of. So roughly about 19 positions we sold. You'll see over here that we sold roughly about $50,000 worth of these positions. We did take about almost a $10,000 capital appreciation gain, and we will have to pay taxes on those, but that is okay because we hope to make even more income this year by doing this strategy of selling cash secured puts for SCHD and consolidating our positions. If I go ahead and actually show you guys here the options, you'll see that on the 15th of January, which is the second week, we collected $1,030.98, guys, from selling options. We bumped it up and we are so far at $1,909.98 for the month of January. We still have 2 more weeks to go. We'll see where that plays out, guys, but definitely surpassing a lot of the previous months from last year, and I'm hoping that this will continue to get larger and larger over time. We'll see what happens, but definitely loving this. And then if we look at the dividend payout here, guys, let's go ahead and kick off the scripts. A lot of these companies will disappear because I did sell out of them. And so if we go to portfolio tools, get latest dividends, give it a second or two. This is a script I do have available for free. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with that notification. It goes out and grabs the latest upcoming dividends for the companies you're invested in. So you'll see that we have these companies so far. We have JP Morgan, Starbucks, Microsoft, and Target. So pretty sweet. And then definitely completely available for free on the script. If we look at the settings here, guys, for us, we can go ahead and get rid of this, and we can jump over to personal capital so I can show you guys, or we can grab the latest version of our portfolio that has all the positions that we sold out of. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so we're here at the personal capital under my Schwab account. You'll see that there's a green button. Click that. It copies the content of the portfolio into the clipboard, and then we can jump back over to the Google Sheets, right click, paste special, values only, and then we are ready to go there, guys. If we go over here to holdings, I can see, so this is the old positions we had from last week. Once we go over here to portfolio tools, click update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped, and we will see the new positions update. So go ahead and click update portfolio holdings, and there we go. It's running to go now. We can jump over here to the dashboard, and we'll see everything start to calculate. Hopefully it looks like it's done, and you'll see that our projected dividend yield is 1.21% compared to last week of 1.96%. Our dividend yield on cost is 2.48% compared to 2.70%. Remember, we did take some profits, sold the 50,000, and then yearly income we went down to $2,281.02 compared to the $3,607.94. This should get back bumped up once we get actually assigned the SCHD position, so I'm not worried in the long term. On the monthly, we're projected to make about $1.98 every single month compared to the $366 we were at. On the weekly, we are down about $43.87 compared to $69.38. On the day, we're making $6.25 every single day now, and then on the hourly we went down about 26 cents compared to 41 cents that we were making every single hour. And then on the hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $1.10 every single hour. I guess they were doing a bad job because they went down from $1.73, but eventually we're going to try to get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes, guys, but yeah, this is actually all I have for you guys in the portfolio. Let me know what you guys think of this strategy. You think it's going to work out? I'm pretty excited about it. I think it will. I think it's going to help our compounding much quicker. Obviously, it is a little bit more work because I do have to manage the positions and be more active into the portfolio. But in general, as long as I sell those cash secured puts on companies I wouldn't mind owning for 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, it's a win-win situation because they are paying me to own the company at the price that I want. So definitely love cash secured puts. And yeah, if you stuck all the way to the very end, be sure that you're subscribed with that bell notification if you haven't done so. As well, drop a big thumbs up on the video, and again, drop a hashtag SCHD, guys, because that is the company or ETF that I am planning to sell cash secured puts and collect a lot of income until I get assigned. In general, definitely wouldn't mind getting assigned at a 3% interest, I guess 3% dividend yield for SCHD. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.